ransomware, current risks, prevention techniques, and FBI assistance. Dutch stores had a food shortage in April 2021. Neither a drought nor an unexpected increase in avocado demand were the root causes. Instead, a ransomware assault was the cause. In recent years, ransomware threat actors have attacked businesses, colleges, schools, hospitals, and other institutions, making it the Internet's most serious security concern. The ransomware environment. Although ransomware has been around for more than 30 years, it has only recently grown to be a viable source of cash for cybercriminals and gangs. Since 2015, ransomware groups have started to target businesses rather than people. As a result, ransom payments have grown considerably and are now in the millions of dollars. Because it applies pressure to victims in two complementary ways, ransomware is successful. Initially, by threatening to delete the victim's data. Second, by expressing a threat to make the assault public. The second threat is equally serious while having an indirect effect, if not more. Publication could result in problems with regulations and compliance as well as damaging long-term brand consequences. The most common kind of ransomware is now known as ransomware as a service, RaaS. In RaaS attacks, cybercriminals create the ransomware infrastructure and then license it to other attackers for their usage. The software's users have two options: they may pay to use it or share the proceeds with the developers. Senior Director of Security Strategy at Cato Networks, Itema Orr, said, RaaS can take on more forms. Some ransomware groups sell all the information about the victim's network to other gangs after obtaining the ransom money. As a result, the next assault will be more easier and entirely automatable since the attackers won't have to spend weeks searching for targets and analyzing the network. Some of the major RaaS players, who are infamous for shaping the RaaS landscape into what it is today, include CryptoLocker, who infected over 250,000 systems in the 2000s and made over $3 million in less than 4 months, CryptoWall, who made over $18 million and sparked an FBI advisory, and Petya, not Petya, and WannaCry, which used a variety of exploits, including ransomware. What the FBI is doing to fight ransomware. An organization under attack will undoubtedly feel frustrated and perplexed. Getting in touch with an incident response team is one of the initial recommended steps. Investigations, recovery, and negotiations can all be helped with by the IR team. The FBI can then be useful. The FBI's goal includes educating the public about ransomware. They have access to useful information because of a sizable local and international network. Victims who are negotiating or operationalizing might use this knowledge to their advantage. The FBI, for instance, could be able to offer profiling details about a danger actor based on its Bitcoin wallet. The FBI has established 56 cyber task forces throughout its field offices to assist ransomware victims and to prevent malware. These task forces collaborate closely with the state police, Federal Protective Service, Office of Inspector General, Department of Education, IRS, and Department of Education. Additionally, they have regular communication with the Secret Service and access to local forensics labs. The FBI maintains a special squad for cybercrimes involving national security. The FBI runs a 24-hour Cy Watch, a watch center for coordinating the field offices, the private sector, and other federal and intelligence organizations, in addition to the Cyber Task Force. For recording complaints and detecting patterns, there is also an Internet Crime Complaint Center, ec3.gov. Immediately stopping ransomware attacks. Numerous ransomware assaults may be stopped before the FBI is required. Instead, they can be prevented in advance. Ransomware is a persistent threat. Instead, its execution is supported by a number of strategies and methods. Organizations can prevent or restrict the capacity of threat actors to carry out ransomware via early identification of the network and security flaws that enable the assault. We need to reconsider the idea that the attackers need to be right just once, the defense need to be correct all the time, Itema Orr continued. A cyber assault combines a number of strategies and methods. As a result, it can only be combated with a comprehensive strategy and several convergent security systems that continuously exchange context. A SACE design, and none other, provides the defenders with just this. How to avoid attacks, straight from the source. Don't rely on our word alone, though. Some ransomware perpetrators are kind enough to give companies advice on how to protect themselves from such assaults in the future. There are recommendations. Turning off local passwords. Using secure passwords. Forcing the end of admin sessions. Configuring group policies. Checking privileged users' access. Ensuring only necessary applications are running. Limiting the reliance of antivirus. Installing EDRs. 24-hour system admins. Securing vulnerable ports. Watching for misconfigured firewalls. And more. Cato Networks Atemor stresses there is nothing novel about what various ransomware groups advise enterprises to do. For many years, people have talked about these recommended practices. We attempt to apply them using isolated, point solutions, which is why they continue to function. That failed and will continue to fail. To level the playing field against cyber attacks, a SACE, cloud-native architecture that allows all security solutions to share context, monitor every network traffic, and have a comprehensive understanding of the attack lifecycle is necessary. Ransomware prevention is a continuous process. Similar to exercising or brushing your teeth, maintaining good security hygiene requires regular, thoughtful action. If problems aren't fixed, ransomware criminals have been known to return to the scene and demand a second payment. The risks may be reduced, along with a payoff for the attackers, by implementing security measures that can effectively mitigate security threats and having a solid incident response strategy in place. Although the FBI is available to offer support and information, let's hope that help won't be required.